everyone, welcome to another episode of Homeopathy. This is Dr. Mamta at Noodle Summer Medical Center. Today we'll be talking on early puberty, its causes and prevention. Well, early puberty is said to be puberty when there are signs of puberty before the age of 8 years. Especially in young girls, we see it more now than ever. And I would like to address certain likely causes of early puberty that as parents we should be aware of. Giving your child highly processed foods like burgers, donuts, pizzas, foods high in sugar are one of the causes of early puberty. It's okay to have them once in 2 weeks or even once a month, even better. But when you make it as a ritual to have it for every kind of treat, when they come home from school, or if they complete some of the chores or they complete their homework, we treat them with their favorite burgers, pastries, and really we're setting in a bad example by doing that. And first of all, we as parents have to model it for our children. So if we are having it for our parties, if we are having it for our reward, then you can't say no to your children. Then we need to talk about the diet. Apart from highly processed foods, even otherwise, I think the children are like, what is wrong now, what is going wrong now that didn't happen during our grandparents' time? Because during our grandparents' times, the girls would start getting their menses between the age of 14 to 16. And right now it's an alarmingly early age, even 8. So if you see the food content that they had, they did have a lot of quantity, to be honest. There was rice, there was chapatis, or I'm talking about an Indian diet. It was high calorie, it was rich in vegetables, and all of the daily doses recommended were there, and they had physical exercise. So if we see the girls now, no, really it's low calorie, low fiber diet, a diet that's not balanced, and also it's they are very low on exercise. The third thing, or the next possible cause, is what they watch. We see that young girls are exposed to very disturbing content that stimulates their brain in the wrong way at a very early age. So if we see this, we know that as parents we need to monitor what they watch, and screen time has to be limited to less than an hour a day. Given that they have homework and other assignments, that apart, I think we should really be strict in what they watch, make sure it's appropriate for their age, and make sure it's not something that they're exposed to, that they shouldn't be exposed to at such an early age, even cartoons. Another thing that's concerning is the synthetic and plastics. So there is a lot of microplastics released when we use synthetics, when we use bottles that are plastic, when we use blankets that are made of fleece or synthetic material clothes. So another possible reason is low vitamin D. So these are some of the causes that are believed to cause early puberty. So how can you prevent early puberty and onset in girls? So as parents, first, I think as parents we need to change our diet. We need to change what we model for our kids, be it in what we watch, in what we eat, in how we live our lifestyles. So this is so important, because what you are is better of an example than what you tell your children. So your children are most likely to follow what you do than what you say, because otherwise it's clashing with what you do and what you say. So we should model as parents better lifestyles, better diet plans, and if you need to reward them, you can reward them with a treat, just not every day and not even once a week, I would say. maybe once a month would be better, or just for their birthdays or some special occasions you could reward them with some junk food, as you call it. Make sure the vitamin D levels are checked. Make sure they're exposed, hands and legs, directly to direct sunlight at least 20 minutes every single day. Monitor what they watch. Make sure it's appropriate for their age. Make sure you have quality time with your children. Make sure that you have one-on-one personal personal time with them, quality time with them. Make sure you talk to them, not just the mothers but even the dads. A father's presence is as important as the mother's, so it's important you talk to them, spend time with them, listen to what's going on in their side of the classroom, in their lives. And sometimes just listening helps you understand what they're going through, and teach them how to handle stress, because peer pressure is great and you need to be able to teach them to deal with stress the right way. Chicken, not proven, but I definitely recommend limiting chicken to once in 2 weeks, or once a month even is even better, unless you're sure that this is really organic, because otherwise you're just having lab chicken. Limit sugar. Now, how do you limit sugar in children? Because it's the craving, it's an addiction that it just develops. It's difficult to stop, even for us, I think. I think when you want to invest, or when you want to spend on sugary products, just ask yourself, am I harming my kid by doing this? And that should get you on the right track. So if you really want to spend something on chocolates, prefer dark chocolates. And if you want to give them something sweet, unless it's some occasion or a birthday, then make sure you spend that amount in good quality fruits. And I think you should be on the right track in satisfying their sugar addictions, because there are many fruits which have so many health benefits. At the same time, they do satisfy your sugar cravings. And if you really need to buy biscuits or other snacks which are kind of sweet but still safe, you want to take Cutera products, Cuetera. They're really good and they have 0% sugars in them. Next, how you prevent is when we talk about plastics, you might want to buy stainless steel, or using cups that are made of wood, or any kind of metal that is safe, and or glass, porcelain. So these are what I would recommend for their daily usage. And plates too. I mean, whatever you eat in should be made of one of these glassware, preferably. And or stainless steel is also better and safer. They don't break. When it comes to clothing, make sure they wear cotton, linen, or any natural fabric, because synthetics do release microplastics. And there are many studies. You can go online and search, just search endocrine disrupting substances and early puberty, and you will get a number of such articles. So we want to be safe now than wait for a study to prove that this actually causes this, because it's your kid that's suffering this, and you don't want your child to go through something that she's not ready for. Okay. And avoid strong smelling perfumes, soaps. This is something that's really difficult for young girls to avoid when there's so many products out there. And see young girls using cosmetics at a much earlier age, even for fun. Really, parents, I think you should put an end to this, because it is really disrupting their hormones. And as far as homeopathy goes, there are not many cases out there, but there are definite cases that have proven that homeopathy can prevent early puberty. Again, if it depends from case to case, but for sure I know there are cases where, when the medicine is given at the appropriate time, and if the hormones are not already disrupted to such an extent where it can't be prevented, homeopathy has intervened and been able to prevent. Usually they say that once there is thallassia or breast development, menses usually starts in 2 years from then, but we have seen cases where it has prevented that and delayed to more than that, to more than 2 years. So if you're looking for homeopathic treatment in this or any other doubts that you or questions that you may have, please do contact us at Nur Al Sama Medical Center. And please do share this with mothers who have young girls, and make sure you eat right, think right, and live right.